Today is day 152, the beginning of month 6, June 1st? Yeah, that's right. Continuing on here at Codecademy at 72% of the way through PHP. We are on lesson number 9. Yes, good. 9 of 11. We finished section 8, functions part 2 last night. We've got object-oriented programming part 1. Hopefully, we'll definitely knock out this lesson. I think we're going to try and knock out part 2, and if time permits, we will go ahead and tackle advanced arrays and math. But aside from that, I think we're good. We are all set to go. We are diving into section 9, objects in PHP. All right. She's loading. Okay. What do we have here? We have 10 sections. Not bad. And I think, you know what, let's do a quick rundown. We've got mic audio, checkity check, webcam, good, Codecademy's up and running. We've got chat open on our phone. Little kitty is somewhere, MIA, so let's try and make as much progress as we can before she tries to sabotage the stream. Okay, back into Codecademy. Here we go. What's object-oriented programming? PHP is an object-oriented programming language, which means you can create objects which can contain variables and functions. When talking about objects, you refer to variables belonging to these objects as properties, or attributes or fields, and functions are called methods. These objects are essential when dealing with PHP, as almost everything is an object. For example, functions or arrays are objects too, and this shows why we use objects. We can bundle our functions and data in one place. We can create objects easily using classes, object constructors, so we can create lots of instances, objects which have been constructed via a class, which contain mostly the same data, except some little nuances. On the right, there's a person class and one instance stored in $me on line 32. Line 32. Then the greet method of the $me object is called, and the result is echoed on line 35. Echo me greet. Oh. Oh God, brace yourselves. Save the children. Oh God. It's just awful. We're going under. Everyone grab your life vest. Okay. Sneeze crisis. Slightly averted for now. What are we looking for? Something about line 35. And then the style sheet adds some color to the results. We've got our CSS tab. Very straightforward, generic, nothing crazy. Instructions. Try to understand the code on the right. Don't worry if some of it is tricky. We'll go over it, then press save and submit code. Okay, so we've got our doc type, HTML, our head, title, linking to CSS, nothing we haven't seen before. Then in our paragraph, we have PHP. So this is where the fun starts to happen. The code below creates the class person, then in curly braces, creating some properties values tied to an object. Public $is alive equals true, public first name, last name, and age. Assigning the values, public functions, construct, first name, $last name, $age, $this, first name, $this, last name, $this, age is $age, creating a method function tied to an object. Public function, greet, empty parentheses, and then inside its curly braces, we have return, hello, my name is, we're concatenating, $this first name, so it will bring in this first name, which is first name, and then we have another space, this last name, nice to meet you. All right, moving on to 31, creating a new person called Boring12345, who is 12,345 years old. Gotcha. Interesting. First name. Oh, and last name. So this... Oh, that's their... Okay, I see. I just read the comment. Now we're reading the actual me object, which is new person, so a new class object, which first name is Boring, last name is still 12345, and their age is also 12345, or 12,345. Okay, printing out what the greet method returns. Echo $me greet. So that's basically exactly what it's doing. We get to see it in its full glory, in size, 20 pixels, with a beautiful shade of green, hailing from 009900. Okay. Onwards. Save and submit code. Next lesson. 2 of 10. We are continuing on objects in real life. How object-oriented programming is used in real life can be shown with a forum. As an example. Don't mind me. We're running into breathing issues, and I'll spare you just a moment. Alright, mostly alive, kind of. Dear God. Our eyes are itching and our nose is freaking out. Death, death, death. Ugh. Born to struggle, right? Okay. What are we looking for? We are looking for something. How object-oriented programming is used in real life can be shown with a forum as an example. Every forum user object has the same rights. He can log in, write methods, and contain some settings, properties, but every user has a different name, another property. Every user is created easily as you create a new instance of a user class when you sign up. And as we've seen, there are some properties and methods that every instance has in common, such as logging in and writing. There are some which are unique, such as each user's name, and without object-oriented programming, OOP for short, this could not be done that easily. Could be done, it would just be a nightmare. Another example on the right, there's a person class, so every new person has some properties like isAlive or first name and a method greet. Right now, there's only one instance of the person class, $me. but we'll reconstruct this class, and you'll even create another instance of the class, so your name will be echoed too. In the next exercise, you're going to create some classes, so let's start coding. Everything crystal clear, good, press save, and submit code. This is all the same stuff that was on the first page. Good. Onwards. Section 3. Building your first class. Great. Now you know the technical terms. Let's start coding by reconstructing the person class. The basic class syntax looks like the following. Class name. The class keyword means that you can create a new class. The syntax is quite similar to the function syntax, and you can create new instances of the class using the following syntax. $object1 equals a new class name. The new keyword means that you create a new object and ensures that your argument are added as properties, so it initializes the constructor, which we are going to deal with later. We don't need to pass in any arguments, as we haven't added any properties, which can store different values depending on the instance quite yet. Instructions. Add a pair of PHP tags in line 9. Definitely. Little cat. Good, good. Be on your merry way, tiny creature. Thank you. Okay, we've got our PHP tags here. Wow, and you're typing things. That is little kitty giving her input on what she thinks we should have. I'm not sure those opening brackets and apostrophes are really going to benefit us right now, but maybe in a bit you can contribute something a little more useful. Why are you just hovering next to the keyboard? Oh, you want scratches. God, typical. Yeah, good, great, yeah, okay. No, you're right-clicking. No. Hey, how about you go do something with your life? Look, you just yawned. You're sleepy. Go lay on the bed. Oh my god. Okay, if you want to assume the napping position, just do it quickly without clawing me. That would be super awesome. And moving your tail would be appreciated. Alright, we're good? You're happy? Yeah, you're happy. Scratches. Focus, Stephen. Focus. Okay. What are we looking for? We are removing her contribution yet again. Holy hell. How many contributions did she frickin' make? There we go. 1. Add a pair of PHP tags on line 9. We did that. Create a person class. Would it be class person? Pretty sure it's class person. Class person. Empty stuff? I'm not sure if that's right. I want it to be right, but I don't know if it is. Create 2 instances of person, of the person class, $teacher and $student. Do I need the this, the $this, and then the arrow thing, and then teacher? Maybe not. Let's just try $teacher. And $student. Student. Alright, and we're saving and submitting. It doesn't like anything that I have to offer. Let's check out the hint, just to keep us on course. PHP, class name, curly stuff. So we don't need the empty parentheses. That was a dumb idea. $object1 outside of the curly braces. We'll just remove you. Teacher and student. equals, oh, equals a new person, yes, equals new person, yes, equals newish person. Okay. And these get the empty parentheses. All right. All is well in the world. Needed syntax in one block. Remember, you mustn't pass in any arguments at this time as your class doesn't have any properties yet. Okay, so we've got the bare bones structure of our class set up. Property Panic 1. Great work. Now we can add some properties to our class. As you remember, properties are pieces of data bound to an object, and you can imagine an object as a bundle of information and actions. Class fruit, public count equals 3, public type. Apple equals new fruit, apple type equals apple, print apple count 3, print apple type, apple. Okay. 1. In the example above, first we create a new class called fruit. Here. 2. Then we add a property, $count, and set its value to 3. We've got public count equals 3. Next, we add a property, $type, but don't store anything in it just yet. We've got type waiting in the wind. 4. After the class definition, after all this noise, so down yonder, we create a new instance of fruit and store it in apple. So we have apple equals a new fruit. So we've got our class fruit, we've got our $apple, and it's a new instance of fruit with its handy empty parentheses. Then we set the $type property of $apple to the string apple. So we've got $apple, the type, see, public for class fruit, public type with nothing, no value, like the count, so it's just sitting there. But here, this is where we're giving it value. $apple type equals apple. And then finally, we print out the two properties of apple. We've got print apple count, see, apple and count equals 3, because we gave it value here in the class, versus here we did apple type, and we gave it value here, so it spits that out. All is well in the universe. Let's try this out. Instructions, we'll open hint to move those up a little. Wow, that's really high. Let's lower that a bit. Okay, that should be good. 1. Add a public isAlive property to the person class. Okay, in our class, we'll be adding that, and assign the value true isAlive and the count property above. Add 3 further public properties to the person class, first name, last name, and age. Don't assign any values to these, like the type property above. Echo the value of the teacher's isAlive property. Okay, let's piece this together bit by bit. What's that? God, little cat, you and your claws. Why? Holy hell. Okay. It's a lot of deep puncturing. Yeah, good. Why are you so involved with using your claws right now? You're an angry napper. You know that? You're a violent, angry napper. No one should need claws to nap. It doesn't make sense. What are we looking for? 1. Add a public isAlive property to the person class. You got it. Copy. Public isAlive. And semicolon. Mostly good. To the person class and assign the value true to isAlive equals true. Like so. like the count property above. Yeah, good. Okay, so they're referencing that. Add 3 further public properties to the person class. First name, last name, and age. Copy. Whoa. Where'd age go? Maybe we didn't get age and all that. $age. Let's steal public. Copy. Public. Public. We will need semicolons for all of these. Okay. Semicolon for you and a semicolon for you. And lastly, 3. No, not 3. We added first name, last name, and age. Don't assign any values to these like type. Good. Like true. Wait, like type. Oh, okay, referencing that. They're referencing their example above. I was looking at what we were currently working on and their instructions. So now we're left with 3. Echo the value of teachers is alive. All right, here we go. And we are echoing. Echo. Teachers. We're going to steal this because we can. Echo teachers is alive. And we will need our trusty little arrow. And a semicolon to boot. Look at that. Hot damn. Oh, what's going down? Luminism. Public, protected, private. Static, etc. Optional. $property. Colon equals value. Semicolon. Interesting. I guess a handy breakdown of all the fun possibilities that are available to us. I think. Also, welcome, Luminism. All right, let's continue on. What did we end up with? User undefined variable is alive. Line 18, fatal error. That doesn't seem good. Cannot access empty property on line 18. Did I miss something? Oh, you know what? I think it's just is alive. I don't think we need the $. Luminism. Also, to access properties, you don't need the $. After the arrow. Okay, and that's what I think that's what we just... Yes, good. That's the $. That I removed. Yes. Undefined variable, and now we got rid of it. I noticed their little formatting thing. Good to know. So thank you. Unless it's in static context, then it'd be object : $property. Fascinating. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll possibly get to that point somewhere. Chances are they'll cover it in an upcoming lesson. One would hope, right? It is Codecademy, so we'll take it with a grain of salt. Property panic 2. Good job. Now we have some properties, but right now $teacher and $student are the same, which should be changed immediately. Correct. Sure, I guess we could. I suppose teacher should have some form of variation to student. The solution. We create a constructor to create different objects. This constructor is also a method, but you don't need to worry about this fact just yet. The syntax, public function, __, construct, prop1, prop2, and then inside curly stuff, we have $this prop1 equals blah, and $this prop2 equals blah2. So you should remember the public keyword and the arrow notation. Okay, public and arrows. Some new things. Oh no, my nose. Dear Lord. If I sneeze, brace yourself. Also, static methods can be called normally if the object is instantiated. Interesting. I don't think I have an instantiated object, although I have no idea. This is why we're here to learn. We've got Luminism watching over us, so that is comforting. Okay, the syntax. Hey, little cat, check your shit. Good God, it's a freaking nap. Why does she need her claws to nap? Swear to God, if you weren't so damn cute, I would be thoroughly pissed at you. But look at you. You're just covered in fur, and you're sleepy. Focus, Stephen. Focus. Stop petting the little kitty. Code. Damn it. Code. So, something. We were looking at the example, and we're marching on. So you should remember the public keyword and the arrow notation. Good. Noted. Will do. Some new things. You're creating a function bound to a class, a method. The constructor method has to be called __ constructor, empty parentheses. Finally, the weird way to assign the values $this arrow prop1 equals $prop1 means that the value you pass to constructor function via the new keyword is assigned to this, which represents the object you're dealing with, and the prompt 1 is the actual property of the object. By creating a new instance using the new keyword, you actually call this constructor method, which constructs the object, and that's why we have to pass in some arguments when we create an instance of a class, since this is how the properties get set. Cool. So, let's set that right about there. All right, instructions. Although, let's see what Luminism had to say. Instantiated being $object equals new object versus use /namespace/object semicolon and $object arrow method parentheses, which is what we're going to be tackling now, versus object : method. Yeah, we've only... Okay, so I guess everything I've done so far has been instantiated. Interesting. Good to know. Good to know. All right, so let's go ahead and tackle 1. Add a constructor to person with 3 parameters, first name, last name, and age. We will go ahead and do that. Wait a second. Something about something. Add a constructor to person. So we're going to need public function construct with 3 things. And then we're going to have this. So I'm going to take you. We're going to shove that down here. I don't think Codecademy covers namespacing, etc. I'll catch you later. No problem. Thank you, Luminism, for stopping by. You have an awesome day. That would be super cool if the rest of your day was super awesome. But in the meantime, we will continue marching on. Donka, Luminism. Donka. What do we look for? 27. So, we get to shove in the 3 things: first name, last name, and age. Copy. These will go here. Get rid of you. Comma to boot. Person. Public function so forth. Where do we store that within the... So we have our class name. Oh, and it goes at the bottom of all the fun stuff. So this guy is going to live right down here. Right beneath age, we will have our public function. From there, we've got first name, last name, and age. And it will be 1 and 2. So we'll need those 3 again. This prop 1 and 2. How do we want to do this? First, we want to set up a third one. And I know we don't need to change it to 3, but just to visually help and see, we're going to take first name. And last name. And we really don't need to copy age. It's so small, age. And then this will be age, last name, and first name. Okay. There we go. Should we have this indented? Yes, we should. We should have this indented. Okay, that's better. This can come over. All right, there we go. All is right in the world, mostly for now. In your constructor, use these 3 public properties. Yeah, good. Now, change your teacher instantiation to store new person, boring, blah, blah, blah. Change your person, something, something, something. Your $teacher, new person here, and we're putting in this info. Mostly okay. Wait a minute. New classmate. No, okay, so that's the same. This is all good. That's fine. So what... Why? It doesn't like something on line 22. What doesn't it like on line 22? That's so strange. Is alive, person. We have teacher, blah, blah, blah. Now your code should look similar to this one. It does look similar to that one. Do we need to have another echo for student? I guess we could echo student. I just don't think that's necessary. Oh. Monger. It's because it's missing those variables. The errors will go away when you do something like teacher. When you do something like arrow, $teacher, new person. William Clifford, 56. Oh, so I need to do... Wait. So line 21, I think. Hold on, don't mind me. Also, side note, Monger, you're good. Good on you for trying to assist. Oh, no, sorry. That arrow was just to indicate what follows. Ah, gotcha. And that works. Just as a fun fact, day 152, really, even though it's day 152 of streaming, It is only like day 4 of PHP. I've gone through all these introductory courses, and I keep hitting the reset button for what programming language I'm learning. So really, this is like you're communicating with day like 4 or 5 of PHP. So cat-like intellect here for PHP. So yes, good. The problem is the code. It's that I suck. Just a reminder, but I believe in you. Good times. Good times. So that's why it's so new and fresh and painful, because we're good at falling on our face. What are we looking for? Okay, so don't mind me. I'm just going to read through for context. It's because those missing variables, check. Those errors will go away when you do something like the arrow. Okay, just more of a for example. $teacher equals a new person, William Clifford 56. Totally get that. It's just they had it bolded, and they wanted change your teacher instantiation to store new something or other. Oh, and I totally gave up on 4 and 5. I dropped in the new stuff into teacher, and I totally gave up. You're right. You just need to do the same with student as teacher now. Good. Wow, you've done a lot of stuff. Yes, we've been busy for the last 152 days, or 5 months, as we just conquered our 5-month mark last night. So yeah, good. Okay, so new person. We are going to do something. That's going to have quotes, and then we've got, we're going to do, you know what, let's see, having a teacher named Mr. Boring 1 2 3 4 5 would be pretty cool, though. That is true. All right, we're going to do student Kyle meh, and he's going to be 47. Just kind of a generic guy. Not a lot going on in Kyle's life. Okay, save and submit. Why are we faced with this one? Oh, because we're echoing teacher is alive and true is 1. So that's what's getting thrown up in there. Okay, gotcha. Oh, but no, we're changing the echo. So add your first name, last name, age to student in the same manner. Checkity check. And now 5, echo age of student. So student age echo. Can we do 2 in the same one? I don't know if we can. I don't think I'm... No, yeah, we do 2 different things. Yeah, here in their example, they've got prop 1 and prop 4. So this would be... What are we looking for? Student? Where the deuce is student? Well, teacher is 12,345 years old, so that's pretty junior, right? Yes. They're a youngin'. What are we looking for? We are looking for not is alive, but age. And echo the age of student. Oh, is that all we needed? We didn't need is alive. They just wanted to echo the age of student. I got carried away thinking there was an and in there, but there isn't. I'm just crazy. Alright, so the age of Kyle, meh, is 47. Good. Save and submit. Green check mark. Holy hell, we really had to earn that one. Section 5 was an uphill battle. My god. Okay, and we are all kinds of sneezy and sniffy, and dear god, we're falling apart. Okay. A method to the madness. Great work. Now the hardest and longest part is behind us. Thank God. As you've seen, methods, functions bundled into objects have the following syntax. Public function, function name, optional parameter, and then do something with some form of block of code. And now that we know the underscore construct function is a special one, which is called when a new object is created using a new keyword. Furthermore, we've learned that we use the $this keyword if we want to access some properties in a class. So if we want a method to return a sentence containing the first name, we would just have to use $this arrow first name. As you see, there's no dollar when you access the property in a class. Calling a method is similar to accessing a property. You just have to add the parentheses. $object, well, let's scroll down a little. $object arrow, method 1, no dollar here, empty parentheses, followed by the almighty semicolon. Instructions. Let's go ahead and bump this up a little. Okay. Add a method called greet to your class. This method ought to return, hello, my name is this first name, this last name, nice to meet you. Call this new greet method on teacher and student and echo the results to the page. Cool, we will do that. Let's go ahead and first thing is first. That's quite the, that is a massive hint they got going on. It'll look like this. Public function, whatever, return something, good. So let's go ahead and get that set up. So this will be public function greet, copy. Public function greet, curly stuff. Okay. Public function, checkity check. Oh, that's not right. There we go. That's better. And now we will be returning, I believe. Yes, return all of this goodness inside. And furthermore, we are going to, what are we going to do? If I was a method and I was trying, we're going to read number 2, the instructions. Call this new greet on teacher and student. Something about something. This is going to end poorly for everyone. Brace yourselves. Why does this seem wrong? First of all, parse error syntax, unexpected, curly brace on line 22. How could it be unexpected? They've got a curly brace, and we've got a curly brace. I don't believe them. I should. Wait. Monger. Oh, you forgot a semicolon. Son of a goddamn... you forgetful, unloved bastard. Good, good. Okay. Thank you, Monger. You're a lifesaver. You just saved my monitor from me throwing my keyboard through it, so that's cool. Good. So, now we get to set up calling greet on teacher. Can we just drop greet in there? Let's echo greet. Can I do that? Can I just do... This is how my mind wants to do it, but I don't know if this is the right format. Teacher. No? Yeah. Fatal error. My favorite type of error. Good. Awesome. Echo greet, so it's probably not that. There's probably an arrow involved and things are touching. There's a new somewhere. call this new greet method on teacher and echo teacher and student to the results page. Something about something. I'd want to echo the greet function. Do I have to do new again? Monger, there's no global function named greet. Only objects of the type person will have a function called greet. Okay, I can see that. I get that. That's probably why my mind feels itchy. So that explains the general frustration. So we do need to call the new person thing, and then we're shoving greet inside of it, I think. I'm still probably reading that wrong, but that's okay. So I want to do like an arrow somehow. Or person, no, something like that. What's going on? You need to do echo $student. Oh, greet. Interesting. Yeah, that makes so much more sense. Huh. You, Monger, you're a good egg. So let's get rid of this nonsense, because that's not going to help anybody. Good. So echo $student, arrow, greet, schmacklin, and now, oh, we don't even need it. Wait, do I need the... Aha, yes, no, we do need the friendly, trusty parentheses. Nice. Okay, so we can probably get rid of... I think we can get rid of age. They don't really specify, but I think we can. We can get rid of you, and then we can also throw teacher in, because they wanted teacher and student. Echo $teacher, arrow, Whoa, God, I ruined it. Oh, I spelled teacher wrong. Typical. Aha, cool-ish, maybe? Okay, so you need to do the student. Okay, yeah. You need the parentheses even when there are no arguments. Noted. Always carry parentheses even if they're soulless and empty. Check. Let's go ahead and clear out the excess nonsense just so I don't jump out the window. Good. Save and submit. Codecademy's happy. Green check mark. We are really battling through the thick of this. Holy hell, it started getting tense in section 5 and 6. So we've got 7 of 10. Putting it all together, part 1. And then continuing on. Good to know. Good to know. Don't mind me. Texty things on my phone from others. Okay. And we're back. We're back. Okay. Here we go. Marching on from the top, putting it all together, part 1. Well done. You've reconstructed the person class. Let's create another class, a dog class. It should have a public property, number of legs, which stores the value 4. Furthermore, there should be the possibility to give every dog a dollar name using a construct or a constructor. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, it's all one word there. They just had it bolded weird. I digress. Of course, we need some methods. As a dog is able to bark, our dogs are also able to introduce themselves to greet, so we'll need a method for this. At last, we'll need 2 cute dogs. That's it. Let's start. Note you'll find the basic syntax of the tasks in the hint, so don't worry. And although this looks like a huge task, it's actually quite easy. So this time, let's create our class and add the properties. Checkity check. Let's do this. The instructions are kind of low. I think my face is still blocking them. Let's go ahead and open the hint. Raise that. Wow. Massive hint. Totally skyrocketed the instructions. That's probably good here. Okay. So, if I was a dog and I wanted to be added to PHP, I would want to have the tags here. Good for a start. Create a dog class. Check. Ask and you shall receive. Let there be puppies. Dog created. No parentheses. Bad Steven. Curly stuff. Good. Next bit. Add a public property called number of legs, which stores the value 4 to the dog class. Okay, so inside of it, you're going to be public dofrac. Yeah, public dollar num legs. It's not that the dog has num legs, it's the number of legs. Different. Otherwise, we'd be sending him to the vet if his legs were numb. That would be slightly soul-crushing. Be like one of those Sarah McLachlan commercials. You know? Okay. Before we totally make a huge turn for the depressing and the worst, let's continue on with instruction 3. Our healthy and properly legged dog will have 4 of them. 4 legs. Good. Semicolon. The dog is happy. We're happy. Add another public property called name, which does not contain a value. You got it. Public name. Dollar name. And then from there, add a constructor or method. Oh, add the oh, gotcha. No, it's how they have their stupid it's how it's bolded. Who the hell would bold it like that? Doesn't matter. That's fine. Add the constructor method. See, it's a whole thing. I thought it was 3 parts here. Add the construct or method. But I'm an idiot, so that's why I read it that way. Which accepts the dollar name as a parameter. In this constructor method, add some code so this name contains name. Right? Weren't we going to do that anyways? I think so. Let's copy that. Let's do something about, is it public function something or other? It's something. I know we end up using constructor, and then there's curly stuff. We're going to check the hint. That way we don't wind up with a legless dog. Public function constructor. That's what we wanted. Public function constructor. Constructor. Or just construct. Construct. Typical. Prop 2, which is the name bit. It is the name bit. Dollar name followed by curly stuff. Now, in here, it's the dollar this, right? Yeah, and we copied that. Dollar this, name equals Yamo. I think that's good. Unexpected nonsense. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that. I think there's more to it, though. Hey, little cat, what the hell are you doing? Will you just assume the napping position and just deal with it? Oh, you're recoiling yourself. Fine. So, what are we... Have we gone over that there's a cat below the desk for anyone new joining us? Yes, there's a tiny feline trying to nap in my lap. So, haven't just completely lost it. Something about public stuff. Constructor T public, line 14. This name equals blah. Is it dog? This something equals someone. Prop 2, dollar prop 2. We've got dollar name, and name. I can't figure out what could be missing from here. In the constructor, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to hit save and submit code. Oh, it's good. Why do they have the error then? Do you see this? Do you see this? This is what I've been dealing with for 152 days. So much confusion. We were literally sitting here for the last, 4.5 minutes, just pondering nothing. Everything was perfect. Typical. Alright, part 2. Apparently everything's well in the world, despite having this weird error on line 14. So frustrating. Doesn't matter. The constructor is outside of your dog class. Oh, is that bad or good? I thought they wanted it to be outside the dog class. Monger keeping us on track. He's good. She's good. He's good. So, wait a second. How would I put it inside the class? Because class name and code, public stuff, function things. Would I really jam it inside the dog class? Doesn't that seem wrong? That's bad. Constructors can only be inside a class. Oh, I thought it wanted to be outside the class. I was just entirely wrong. See, that's the one thing that I know for sure over the last 150 plus days. Steven's wrong. Yeah. That's the only guiding force in this journey. There we go. That's better. Although, let's bump this forward just slightly. You know what? And I remember having the public function constructor underneath all the other properties in the last, exercise on page 6. This makes sense. Okay, the universe is all right. It's rebalanced. Monger put it back together. We're good. Put it right back below public dollar name. Okay, yeah, which is what we did. Gotcha. A constructor describes what should happen when a class is instantiated. Gotcha. Very, very functiony. Good. A set of rules, set of something, things that should happen. Okay, section 8. We're getting there. We are slowly getting there. Putting it all together, part 2. Good job. We're almost there. I don't believe them. They said section 5 was the thick of it and that we were over the hill. They were lying. The last 3 sections have been a friggin' nightmare. But good. We're almost there. That's the face of lies. Now let's add 2 further methods and let's create some objects. Instructions. Add a... Wow, what are you doing, little cat? Instructions. Add a public method to the dog class called bark, which returns woof. Okay. Add a public method to the dog class. See, I'm listening this time. Inside dog class. Good. We're going to make Monger proud. Let's do this. Public something. Public. Tread lightly, Steven. Bark. This is like teaching a tiny person to read. Sound it out. Use your big person words. Which returns... God, this is painful. Which returns... Oh god, I put it inside the function. Bad, Steven. Bad, Steven. Back away. Command Z. That's as far back as we can go. So... Hold on, what happened? Public function should be under name. Oh, because we went back. We moved from 7 to 8. Then we went back to 7. Made the change there, came back to 8, and it remembered the stupid formatting we had before. Good. Okay, we're all on the same page. We're all on the same page. Monger, the constructor is still outside the dog class. You shouldn't put a method. Yeah, good. Inside, yes. It was all... I was confused because, well, for the reasons I just said. We jumped back and forth between things, and shit got messy. Alright. Our constructor is there. Our method goes below that. Here we go. Public bark. It's been 152 days of hard learning. Not easy. But I think it's good that it's hard because, like, we're really grinding in the memories and the understanding. So, it's probably for the best. I'm looking at the silver lining of it all. Curly nonsense. Bit by bit, we are getting there. Which returns our friend... Woof. Yes. Everyone's happy. You've got a four-legged dog. It can bark. It can do things. Now we're going to add a public method called greet. Here we go. Get your methods ready. Public something. Wait a second. Should our method go inside the class? Add a public method to the dog class. Okay. So all dogs can bark. That's why the method is inside dog, the class of dog. Fine. We can live with that. Add a public method called greet to the dog class. Good, because we want all dogs to be able to greet via barking. Good. Okay, here we go. We're set. Just had to think that through. Thinking out loud. Public greet, not bark. Have to peel our mind off of bark. And this will do something. This method ought to return a nice sentence containing the name property of the dog, which introduces himself. Create two instances of the dog class and store the one with the name of Barker in variable dog1 and the other with the name Amigo in variable dog2. As you might have expected, call the bark method on dog1 and echo the results. The last one, call greet method on dog2 and echo the results. That's totally cool. I want to check hint. I follow all of this. The main reason why I want to check hint is to see if they provide a sentence for us. Because frankly, I'm using all my brain power just trying to follow along, having to be, we'll call it creative, and figure out some crappy sentence. Some text. Great. That's about as much effort as I'm going to put into it. Okay, so that's that. So they want us to do, we're back on this method ought to return return sentence dog stuff. That doesn't feel right at all. Good. Good. Dog stuff. Oh, containing the name property. Dot name. Dollar name. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, from here, we're creating two instances which happen outside of the class, inside our PHP section. Go. Create two instances of the dog class. Store one with name Barker in the variable dog1. So it'll be, hold on. We're piecing it together. I mean, if you want to shout it out, that's cool. It's dog something arrow blah. So $dog1 equals new dog arrow. Oh god, little kitty, it's falling all apart. This is how it ends. The whole neighborhood's gonna go up in flames. Let's check their hint really quick. Maybe they've got a friendly suggestion. Even more syntax from remainders ahead. Adding public methods in a class. Cool. We got all that stuff. Oh, this dot name, or this arrow name? Huh. Yeah, I forgot that bit. So, glad we checked this. $this arrow name. So, that's been dealt with. Cool. And now creating an instance outside object1, new class name, $prop2. Why don't I believe them? Class name something. Calling a method on an instance and printing the result, as you might have expected. Okay, so first we're just creating the instances. Then we will be echoing them. So we'll get to echo soon. In the meantime, we're still doing the instance bit. So we've got $dog new. So prop2, which is name. Do I put in name? Is that what's happening? Or do I type in their name? Like Frank. Oh, I put in their name. I remember. Oh, and Scooby. Or, yeah, as I just saw Monger's comment. I was so excited, I just shouted it out. New dog, Scooby. Thank you. Yes. Scoobert. Scooby. And dog2. Dog2 equals new dog Brian. Yay, Family Guy. Okay. So, from there, now we get to do our echoing. Echo and echo. We're going to have two of these. Don't we need more than just their name? Actually, we don't. We don't need more than just their name. That's all we needed. We needed echo, and now we're going to do $something. As you might have expected, call the bark method on dog1. Oh, and then call the greet method on dog2. So this will be $dog1 arrow bark and empty. We're piecing it together slowly. Slowly piecing. $, dog, 2. Can you guys see my brain cooking? Because I can smell it. Yeah, bad times. Greeting. Greeting. Is it greet or greeting? Oh, it's just greet. Just greet. Yeah. I feel like I'm missing something. Hold on. Hold on. Line 16 is full of lies. Why is line 16 full of lies? Public bark. Return woof. Public greet. Public. Oh, I forgot function. I forgot the word function. Oh, typical noob. You forgetful bastard. Function. Alright. There we go. Ta-da! Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so we had... Yes, fatal error. Good, good. I'm just making sure we got everything. Woof and dog stuff, Brian. That is what all of our hard work nets us. Is that result right there? Totally worth it. Oh God, no! Did you call your dog? I did not call my dogs Amigo and Barker. Typical. Can you believe that? Right there. They were even bolded, and I still just totally neglected them. Barker. And Amigo. Alright. Woof. Dog stuff. Amigo. Now, so again, wasn't that it was wrong. I mean, it just wasn't exactly what they were looking for, considering the activity. Onwards to section 9. Challenge time. That is not a comforting title name for a section after struggling through eight parts. Son of a bitch. That's cool. Good. Good. We wouldn't want it to be easy. Why would we? Okay. Challenge time. Awesome. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Now let's try the same without the training wheels. Good. Good. Let's create a cat class. Hey! And little kitty moved. Did you hear that, little cat? Yeah, no, she's just sucking her toes on the floor. Good. Good. Training wheels. Something about cats. Monger. Wow. Name discrimination. Right? Yeah. What about what was wrong with Scooby and Brian? You know? But nope. Here at Codecademy, it's by the book. Damn it. It's by the book. Okay. Let's create a cat class, which has 2 public properties. Is alive, it's a good one to start with, true, and number of legs property contains the value 4, also good. 4-legged cats that are alive are generally a positive thing. There should be a public name property, which should get a value when a new object is created. So assign the value to name via the construct method. Will do. Then I also want these cats to be able to meow, so add a meow method, which returns meow meow. Deep. Good. Really cuts to the soul. Finally, create an instance of the cat class, which has the name codecat, and store it in the variable cat1. Then call meow on this method. Sounds doable. Let's start the challenge. Okay. Instructions. Create a class called cat. Time to birth a feline. Everyone wash your hands. It's about to get messy. Let's do this. Class cat. And we're drawing a blank on everything. Son of a... That's good. Happy thoughts. You know what? Don't think about it. Just go for it. I know there's no parentheses and there's curly stuff involved. We're going to be putting... Hey, look at you, little kitty. How are you doing? Good? Yeah, you heard we were typing about cats. You just had to see it for yourself. If you'd like to contribute to the code, now's the time to do it. Only because the topic is cats. Otherwise, please stay the hell away. Love you. Furry abomination. You are blocking the entire instructions panel. There you go. Yeah, getting ready for your nap. Look at that. Look at you. Do something with your life. No? You're just going to keep napping. Cool. What are we looking for? We are looking for adding two public properties, is alive, which equals true, and number of legs will also equal 4. Fascinating. So let's go ahead and make this happen. We have something about being alive. $? Feels right. Is alive true? Yeah, this is good. This is good. Dollar name? No, number of legs. Num legs. Take them to the vet. They can't feel anything below the waist. 4. We're going to bury our constructor right here, which will be public. Was it public function or just public constructor? Damn. We'll never remember. Oh, and we need to add name first before the constructor. No, we're adding name in the constructor. God, this is going to just get so messy. Sorry, this is your challenge. Mustn't help you. Yeah, fine. All I want to know, a function goes before constructor. I'm not sure it does because I think it already knows that it is a special First, let's spell it correctly. Construct public function. I think it's just public. Typical. And it has a public name property. This is name, and it's $this. God, this is brutal. Name equals name, and is there also name above? I think there is. None of this feels right. And all of these should be public. This is brutal. This is like watching the Hindenburg crash in slow motion. Oh, God. No one's gonna make it out of here alive. This is... All of these cats are gonna be stillborn. I feel so bad for them. 6 legs with no pulse, right? I mean, this is textbook awful. Okay, we are trying to save these cats. What's next? We have multiple cats on the line. So the next thing, if I was trying... Monger, you're doing fine. Good. That is comforting. That is comforting. Focus, Stephen. We did 1. We did 2. We set up the public name property, which gets value via the constructor. Good. And now we're adding a public method, which goes below said constructor in the class, though, because all cats should be able to meow. That is what we are fighting for. Vote yes on 53. All cats should be able to meow. Yeah, take it up with your local congressman. Public. But that is not how you spell public. Public function. Wait. Yeah, and both constructor and method. See, we remembered last time. Function. function. There we go. And this gets something. Hashtag meow life. That's what they wanted. Meow. Curly bits. We are getting there. This is not going to be a pretty landing, but we are getting there. Returns meows, which are typically the best kind of returns. Okay, capital meow for the first one, lowercase meow for the second. Contains no additional punctuation, and we are good. We are good. So that's that. Onwards to 5. Create an instance of the cat class, which has the name, which has $name cat code. I feel stumped, but we're just going to keep on. I'm just going to rinse and repeat all the nonsense that they've been having us do in the meantime. So outside of the class, we are going to do... Last time it was dog 1. Do I do cat 1? This is like Air Force 1. Air Kitty 1. Dollar cat 1. Create an instance of the cat class that has the name codecat. Yes, this is right. No, we're good. We're on the right path. That was close. New cat is in parentheses with a semicolon, and it has the quotes codecat. Codecat. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna live with that. Monger, you forgot a semicolon on line 13. I did forget a semicolon on line 13. Also, error. Okay, so that's why the error has been floating there. Expecting a comma or a colon on line 14. Must be because of the issue on line 13, which, cool, solves that. Thank you for the helpful hint. Appreciated that. Lastly, 6. Call the meow method on this cat. Oh, it has to be called cat. This is one of those stupid naming issues again. So, wait, why would it be cat? I don't believe them. On this instance of cat, the class. Gotcha, okay. So, call the meow method on this cat and echo the results. Here we go. Echo something arrow. It's is it cat 1? Yeah, it's dollar cat 1 arrow meow with empty parentheses and a semicolon. Holy hell. I think we pulled it off. We're going to save and submit code. Oh my god, a green check mark. Can you believe that? Monger, we made it out alive. Sweet baby Jesus. Did you see that little kitty? Nah, she's napping. She doesn't even care. But that's spectacular. That was horrifying, but we did it nonetheless. The Naked Beekeeper. What language are you trying to learn? I guess learning? Yes, PHP. We are in the midst of learning PHP here on Codecademy. We'll back out. We will see. We're, you know what, we're getting there. Hold on. Let me close out of that. Let me knock out section 10. Because we're on 10 of 10. Let's finish this lesson, and then we're gonna check our stats. We may forge ahead through another lesson. This one proved to be daunting. Usually they are not so involved. That's a good word. Okay, speaking of being involved, let's tackle this. Review. Well done, mission accomplished. In this course, you've learned the basics of object-oriented programming, or OOP for short. You know what a class is, you know what an object is, you know that you know that you create objects using classes, as you simply create an instance of a class to create a new object. You know how to create classes and objects. You know how to add properties to a class. You know how to add methods to a class. You know how to use the construct method and the new keyword. You know how the the arrow notation. Okay, actually you know quite a lot. Sure. The next course dives even deeper in OOP, and you'll learn some nice concepts like the inheritance, or what constants are. If you want to, you may have a look at the hint. Sure, echo the following sentence. Now I know the basics of OOP. Cool, we will most definitely do that. Insert your code here. We will definitely do that. Copy PHP, and we're echoing. Ta-da! Good, good. Let's go ahead and save and submit code. Next. Sweet, we got another badge. You earned a badge. Objects in PHP. Go ahead and close that. Up next, Object-Oriented PHP. This is part 2 of the OOP language. The OOP lessons for PHP. PHP objects are instances of classes. In this course, we'll learn about classes and cover advanced topics like inheritance. Sure, go ahead and start. We will take a gander. How many parts are in this upcoming lesson? Wow, that is quite the yawn, little kitty. That is, can you just move onto the bed? That would be super awesome. Instead of you prancing on the keyboard. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You're just full of love. Good, good, good. Okay. You should just nap on the bed. You have a whole bed to sleep on. Why must you nap in my lap? Look, let me see how many parts we have, okay? There's only parts in this lesson. I think we can knock it out if you get away from the screen. All right. What are we looking at? In the meantime, let's check stat-wise. Where are we? Do we forge ahead? I think we're going to forge ahead through section 8. I really do. All right. Currently, we're at 81% of the way through PHP. Catalog. Actually, we could click on the catalog in general. Here we go. So, again, these are the courses that they added recently, like 3 weeks to a month ago. But we had already made it all the way down. We've conquered all of these. We are so close to the end of conquering Codecademy. I'd really like to finish PHP today. There's only 2 lessons left. We're down to the last 3. There was the 2 parts of OOP, and then the last one where they cover arrays and I think maps. So we just finished part 1. We've got part 2 of OOP in PHP, and then if there's time, I'd like to conquer that 3rd and final part to put the final nail in the PHP coffin. And then that leaves starting on the Watson API tomorrow, which would be freaking spectacular. But time, if time permits. So let's go ahead and we're gonna back out. Over this. Do. All right, and we've got, so we've conquered all of these PHP. So we've done all that nonsense as well. We're so close. We just finished 9. Object-Oriented Programming Part 1, we're facing 10 right now. Object-Oriented Programming Part 2, and arrays is still up in the air. I don't know if we're going to be able to tackle Section 11 today, but I'm hopeful we can. So with that said, let's go ahead and we will keep marching forward through Lesson 10, which has 8 parts. Lesson 9 had 10 parts. So hopefully this goes a little quicker. Okay. Class and Object Refresher. Object-oriented PHP helps your code stay flexible by allowing it to be only defined once, but used in many places. Class name, $class name equals new class name. We've already learned how to create objects from the classes we define, so let's run through a little refresher. Remember, we use the class keyword to define our classes. Instructions: define a person class, create a new variable, $me, and store a new person class on it. Will do. Cat, your toes are covering the left portion of the keyboard, particularly the shift key and some other critical ones. So I'm just going to shimmy your toes to the left. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. You have the whole rest of the desk to nap on. Okay. Let's get classy. Create a person class here. Class person. Curly stuff. Look at that. We just made a person. That is the miracle of life. We just birthed a classy person at that. Yeah. Nowhere near as messy as we thought it would be. New class name. What are we doing? We are doing something about a hint. No, not a hint. Down here. Define person class. Create a new variable. $something. $me equals new person. I think that's all they wanted for this section. Save and submit code. Cool. Start next lesson. From the top, class and object methods. Remember when we covered built-in functions in PHP? Wasn't that the last section or 2 sections ago? We'll click the link. We'll find out. Functions part 1. That was a couple lessons ago, but yeah, sure, we recall. Well, we can combine that idea with our knowledge of classes and objects. That is, there are built-in PHP functions that can tell us interesting information about the classes and objects we've created. Check out the example in the editor to the right, or I guess for the webcam to the right. We're demoing 3 useful built-in methods. IsA, which is a useful, what the deuce? We're demoing 3 useful built-in methods. IsA, which we use to find out if a particular object is an instance of a given class. Property exists to see if an object has a given property, and method exists to see if an object has a given method. Note that the first argument is the object we're checking, and the second is the class property or method name as a string. Makes sense? Awesome. Click Save and Submit Code when you're ready to move on. So, all of our normal HTML, then in our PHP, we've got our class person, is alive, true, function, construct name, this name, $name, public function, dancing, return I'm dancing, $me, new person, their name will be Shane. If IsA, me and person, echo I'm a person. If property exists, $me and name, echo I have a name, and if method exists, $me dance, echo and I know how to dance. I'm a person, I have a name, and I know how to dance. Ta-da, look at that. Onwards to section 3. Look at that. 3 of 8. This is going far smoother than the last section. That was a constant uphill battle. for like at least half of that exercise. Okay, inheritance. As you've been thinking about classes and objects, you might have realized that one class might actually be a specialized type of another class. For instance, you might have a vehicle class and a truck class, and it would probably save you an awful lot of typing if you could somehow specify that truck instances should automatically have many of the same properties and methods as vehicle instances. PHP allows us to accomplish this through a process called inheritance. Inheritance is a way for one class to take the properties or methods of another class. You could say that the one class extends the other. This is used to express an is-a relationship. For example, a truck is a vehicle, so it could inherit from vehicle, but a motorcycle isn't a truck, so it shouldn't inherit from truck, though it could inherit from vehicle. We can cause one PHP class to inherit from another with the extends keyword. Instructions. Kind of low. Let's open the hint to bump that up. There we go. That's better. All right. Instructions. Check out the code in the editor to the right. We've created two classes, shape and square, with square inheriting from shape. We didn't specify that square has $. We didn't specify. Yes, good. Just crazy person reading. Don't mind me. We didn't specify that square has a $has sides property, but it should inherit it from shape. Complete the if statement on line 18 by using the property exists method to check if $square has the has sides property. Check the hint for help. All right, so we've got our class shape. It has public has sides equals true. Now we have our class square, which extends from shape, and this has the $has. So now we are checking, what are we doing? Class square extends. Oh, that's empty, and it looks empty, but really it's tied to this. Okay, so here's what we're dealing with. $square equals new square. Add your code below. If blankety blank, which is what we're going to be focusing on, echo I have sides. So if property exists, copy, has sides, I feel like there should be a $sign, but I don't know if they actually care about that. So I don't think there needs to be an extra space here. I think everything can happen right within this. And it seems we would need $square. $square first to reference the object, and then what we're looking for has sides. And it says I have sides, so I'm going to take that as it worked. Save and submit. Green check mark. Hot damn. Good times. Onwards. Section 4 of 8. This is much smoother sailing than section 9. Holy hell. We might make it out of this alive. Overriding parent methods. Nice work. Sometimes we want a child class or subclass to be able to override a property or method of its parent's class or superclass. For instance, we might have a shape class with a $sides property set to true, but we might want square to override this property and set sides to 4, since a square always has 4 sides. These are facts. Hashtag true story, right? That would look something like this. Class shape equals sides equals true. Class square extends shape, sides equals 4. It's pretty easy. You just create a new property, or method in the child class with the same name as the one as the parent class, and the child's version will always take that precedence over the inherited version. Pretty straightforward. Okay, we've created a vehicle class in the editor. Create a child class bicycle that overrides vehicle, public function honk, and replace the function returns beep beep. Okay, so it's going to be freakishly similar to this. Let's take... We're actually going to copy all of it. And then what we're going to do is class bicycle extends to vehicle. And then we're going to keep the public function honk, but instead it will return beep beep. Lowercase beep. All right. I think that should be relatively okay. Save and submit. Did you create a variable called bicycle? Oh, no. I guess I only read the first part. Create a $bicycle instance of bicycle class and echo the result, calling honk, and honk will then spit out beep beep. Okay, my bad. Eager noob mistake. Bicycle equals the new bicycle class, new bicycle, which we're calling, no. Yes? Frack, I don't know. Create a bicycle instance that echoes. Maybe I don't need to set this up. Let's comment this out. We're going to leave that out. I might need line 19, but I'm not sure. Maybe I can just echo right from the get-go. Huh, that rhymed. What do you know? Echoing dollar. Oh, yeah, we're going to need to have line 19. Definitely. Bicycle. Dollar. Bicycle. Echo bicycle something. Arrow. Honk. Lowercase honk? Yes, lowercase honk with a semicolon. Beep, beep. There we go. Save and submit. Now, does it work without you? I don't think it does. Save and submit? Yeah, no. Fatal, catastrophic, stupid idea. Alright, well, at least we guessed right the second time. Got it wrong the first time. Onwards, section 5, the final word. Alright, the final word, when you were a kid, one of your parents might have told you you're not doing that, and that's final. In PHP, a parent class can prevent its method from being overridden by its children with, you guessed it, the final keyword. You'd want to use final keyword in your code to control what methods can be modified by class subclasses. For instance, you might want all vehicles to have the same drive method no matter what. So you would fix, you would something. We're totally losing it. Mental capacity is just completely shot. Something about, you might want all vehicles to have the same drive method no matter what, so you would prefix its method definition with final like so. Final public function drive return I'm driving here. Okay. Update your code from the last exercise to use the final keyword for the honk function inside vehicle. Final. Note how instead of getting beep beep, we get an error. No overwriting there. Or no overwriting here. Why do we get an error? I thought the whole point was to have it say honk honk. What the deuce? Yeah. So how do we get it to respect that? Class constants in scope resolution. We've talked about changing variable. Oh, it's giving us the error. Okay. I thought it was giving us the error for final because we used final and I thought it was saying, no, we can't do honk. We changed beep beep. No, we were getting the error because of final. Since it had beep beep, it was saying, no, not allowed. It's already honk. That's what the error was for. It was my perspective on it. Crazy person. Good. Looking at it from the wrong angle. Glad we sorted that out. Class constants and scope resolution. We've talked a lot about changing variables in PHP, but sometimes we want variables that don't change. These are prefixed with the constant keyword, short for constant. Oh, well, sure, const for constant. PHP lets... Death. We are like totally falling apart. PHP lets us set constants on a class-by-class basis. Each class has its own scope, which is the context in which its variables can be used. Class immortal extends person. Immortals never die. Constant alive equals true. If true, if immortal, ... alive. Echo, I live forever. Echoes, I live forever. Good. In the example above, we use ... to access the alive constant inside the immortal class. Note that the constant do not start with $. Okay, that is true. Constants and alive, neither starts with $. Good pro tip. So, we've created the Ninja class for you in the editor. Ninja class, true. Set a stealth constant to the string maximum. Okay, so stealth constant. That can't be a good sign, right? Add your code here. Stealth constant. Command Z. We want constant stealth, right? There we go. There we go. Problem solved. Constant stealth equals maximum. Maximum. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. No, we are not going to Sesame Street. Constant stealth, maximum. What's that, little cat? Wow, you were just a ball of nappiness. Look at you. I'm gonna touch your nose because your eyes are closed. Ha! Your nose is wet. Deal with it. Love you. All right. So then echo using the colon stuff. Ninja stealth. Here we go. We are echoing via the colon ninja double colon stealth. Aha! It worked. Look at that. Fascinating. Save and submit code. Onwards.
Okay. 7 and 8, we are so close. That's good. I'm glad this section went quicker than the last one. As long as the next lesson isn't massive or hilariously oversized, we should be able to complete it. All right, the static keyword. Nice work. You probably noticed that we could access the Ninja class content without actually creating an instance of Ninja. And if you're particularly curious, you might be wondering whether it's possible to access class properties or methods without creating an instance of the class. The answer, yes. Cool. The static keyword lets you use a class's property or method without having to create an instance of that class. It works like this. Class person, public static is alive. Yep. Public static function greet, echo hello there. Echo person double colon is alive, prints yep, and person double colon greet prints hello there. When combined with the scope resolution operator, this lets us access class information without having to instantiate anything. Neat, right? Hell yeah, that's neat. It's friggin' awesome. I'm trying to sell it here. We're exhausted mentally. It hurts. I see little kitty napping on the desk, and frankly, I would be down to nap. That is, I'm just looking at her. I'm gonna take a photo of her because I can. Yeah, that way you guys can see what I have to look at. Although I'm gonna move my sneeze rags. That way you don't have to. No, close your eyes, little cat. Yeah. Yes. Be sleepy. Get sleeped on. We're gonna do what's good. Yeah, look at you. Look at you. Cool. Okay, here's this. That's what I'm... Let me go to OBS to match that up. This is what I'm looking at. See? She is just... Oh. Yeah, little kitty. She's napping. That's what she does. She just lays on the desk and falls asleep. Good times. Good times. All right. So, we are marching on out of OBS back into Codecademy. We've created a king class with a proclaim method in the editor to the right. Go ahead and call the proclaim method using the static keyword no instances necessary. Okay. Kind of following along. We created a king class king, public function, proclaim. Don't we need static in there somewhere? Go ahead and call using the static keyword. Okay, so yeah, we have to put static in ourselves. Static. Now, we can... Do they want us to echo? Or just call it? They just want us to call it. So this would be king, double colon, something. Proclaim. That's what we want. Proclaim. Aha. A kingly proclamation. Yes. Good. Let the static consume you. Fascinating. All right. Section 8. Putting it all together. Hopefully it's nothing ridiculous. Putting it all together. Great work. You've learned a lot so far, including useful object and class methods, like property exists and method exists, inheritance, how child classes can override the behavior of their parents, how parent classes can prevent this with the final keyword, what class constants are and how to reach them using scope resolution operator, double colon, how to access class methods and properties without creating an instance of the class by using the static keyword and the scope resolution operator together. Let's put all our newfound knowledge to work in one final, pun intended, exercise. Good. See, because it's a pun, because it's the last lesson, and it's also final. And because that's one of the things we learned, like static. Good, good. Okay, so let's do this. We are getting there. We are determined. 1. Create a class called person. It should contain only a single method, say, that should take no arguments and echo, here are my thoughts. Create another class, blogger, that inherits from person. It should contain only a single constant, cats, set to 50. Wow, 50 cats. Hopefully that's not in my future. Right now I'm struggling dealing with 3. Use the static keyword and the scope resolution operator to call blogger's inherited say method without creating an instance of the class. Use the scope resolution operator to echo the cat's constant to the page. Give it a go. Check out the hint if you need a syntax refresher. Let's go ahead and piece this nightmare together bit by bit. We're more than happy to stumble through this and fall on our face because that's what we believe in. Okay. What are we doing? You know what we're going to do? We're going to take water. Because No. Water's for winners. We're going to leave this to the side for now. When we complete the lesson, we will have earned our water. Yes. Good. I like that. That sounds better. Okay. Creating a class called person. Class. Person. Oh. 3 S's. Not good. This is going to end poorly for everyone. You've been warned. Leave while you can. Now what? So, person. It should contain only a single method, say, that should take no arguments, and echo, here are my thoughts. Now, we're using the static keyword somewhere else. I don't know if we're going to use static on the method in the... You know what? We're going to piece it together bit by bit. Doesn't matter. We're going to do it in pieces. What are we looking for? Class and say, containing only a single method. So that would be public function frac say and it takes no arguments and echoes here are my thoughts. That's dealt with. Now, create another class, new class. Class blogger, capital, lowercase, capital. Blogger. Okay, class blogger. So we've got class person and class blogger. Now, for class blogger, create another class blogger that inherits from person. So extends, blogger extends to person. So that's going to bring in the say function. No. Yes, it's going to do something. It's going to suck up all the classiness of person and spit it out in blogger. That's all I know that's going to happen. To what end? Not too sure. It should contain only a single constant. Cats. Oh, frack. Constant. I'm forgetting the constant. They just went over that in the last section. I know cats is going to be 50, but what the hell did we do for the constant bit? Hey, Topher. How are you doing? How's your day going? I'm trying to conquer PHP. I'm so close to the end. I'm on the last part of lesson 10. There's 11 lessons for all of PHP. We finished 9 already. We're on the verge of finishing lesson 10, and I'm trying to get to lesson 11. Hopefully lesson 11 isn't massive, because I'd love to finish lesson 11, because then I'd be done with PHP, and that means I can dive into the Watson API tomorrow. We'll take a peek at their... my only concern is the constant thing. Like, I'm fine with all the other stuff. Putting static goes between public and function, or whatever we're going to be tying that to. But constant. Setting a class constant. Remember, no $sign. So class constant, class constant. That did not help. Really, static, you can put static before? Why did they put static in the middle? They were doing static between public and function in the entire last activity on section 6 and 7. Where is the consistency? Still, even to the end. Inconsistency 152 days in. Shocking. Ugh. Topher. Oh, constant. Constant equals value. I guess so, yes. Straightforward. Who would have known? Clearly not me. Even after coming directly out of that lesson. So, what are we looking at? Constant something. It should contain only a single constant, cats, and that should equal 50. Cool. Donka, thank you. Thank you for the tip, guiding me back on course. Now, from here, we've got our 50 cats. Dear God, there's no hope for anyone with more than 3, so 50 sounds like a nightmare. 3, use the static keyword in the scope resolution. In the scope resolution operator to call Blogger's inherited say method without creating an instance. Okay, I got like 40% of that, and we're going to need to drop static somewhere in this. I guess we're going to put it before, because in their example, or in the hint, their example in the hint had, on this page, had static before. But in the last activity, in section 6 or 7, they had us putting static right in the middle. I don't know how rigorous industry-wise, if there's one protocol that's more normal than the other for placement of static, but just throwing that out there, it's not consistent here at Codecademy. So we've made it static, which means we can now use our double colons instead of creating an instance like normal. So we will do blogger colon say, I think. Blogger double colon says or say? Say. Aha! Look at that. Look at that. Here are my thoughts. So that's a good sign. Now we're using scope resolution operator to echo the cat's constant to the page. Just a second. Don't mind me. Hold the phone. We're receiving a call. Just a moment. Okay. Phone call dealt with. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I generally add static before public or private, but it's preference. Good to know. Okay. I'm going to follow that. I'm just going to assume that it was a weird anomaly last section that they put it in between. But it's been a while since I wrote true OOP, though. Interesting. Noted. All right. So we have this. We used scope resolution operator to get blogger to say the from person. Now we're going to use the scope resolution to echo the cat's constant to the page. I'm not sure. All I want to do is just do echo. What would I do? Echo blogger cats? But I would need to make it static too. I would need it public and then I'd need to make it. You don't need a dollar. Use constant. But if we weren't using constant, we'd still have the dollar sign, and we would make it public, and you'd put static either before or after somewhere next to public, and then there'd be the public and then dollar. Okay, so constant, that means we still put in static, constant, and now we can do blogger cats. No, it doesn't like us. It doesn't like line 15. Maybe constant means we don't have to worry about static? Okay, that kind of works. Oh, fatal error. Call undefined blogger cats line 18. Something about something echo cats. Didn't we? 50 cats are echoing in an alley. My class, my method. So, frack, what the hell? Property? I'm not sure. Public function. Just FYI that if you do not explicitly set something to public or private, it defaults to public. Take the parentheses from cats. It's not a method, it's a constant. Oh. Gotcha. Gotcha. Say is a method. That's why it has the parameters, because of all the fun stuff, versus cats isn't a method. It's just a constant, as you said. Crazy person. Okay, here are my thoughts. 50. Good. Crisis averted. Green check mark. Topher for the win. Alright, you earned a badge. Object-oriented PHP. We are closing that. Next, advanced arrays. In this course, we'll cover more advanced uses of the array data structure. Start next lesson. Okay. How many sections are in this? Is it some gigantic section that we have to save for tomorrow, or can we actually tackle this now? There's only 7, and I think we're going to tackle it now. All right. Reviews of array. We are running low on time, so brace yourselves. A speedy end to the last 3 lessons, all right? Review of arrays. Arrays are a useful way to store multiple values like numbers, strings, and even other arrays. $myArray equals array 1, 2, 3. Here we can create an array of 3 numbers. Remember that arrays are position starts from 0, therefore we access third array in the array when we type myArray2. On line 8, fruits, Set fruits equal to an array of 3 strings, bananas. We're just going to copy all of that goodness right here. Copy. Do we have to use double quotes in arrays in PHP? Let's figure that out. Topher, don't forget the victory hydrate. Oh, yeah, good call. God, Topher, keeping us alive. Oh, God. Okay. Go time. Let's do this. Little kitty, you keep napping. You stay out of the way. Good. What are we doing? So we've got our fruit. We've got our water. We need to take those and make an array somehow. We're going to MacGyver this. 2, modify the echo statement on 9 to display the fruit in the middle of the array. That is, it should echo apples. What the We're setting up our array, and then we're referencing something, my array, wherever apples fall. Okay, so from here we have, let's go ahead and copy U3. Fruits equal array. Let's get rid of and for a handy comma. And then here we will put, oh crap, dollar fruits. That's a tough one. Dollar fruits. Yeah, dollar fruits 1. No, it doesn't like. Oh, we forgot a semicolon. Why does it not like what we have going on here? What is happening? Syntax expected a blah on line 8. It must be double quotes. Fruits 1. The array you created has 3 values. PHP starts from 0. Display the middle or second by adding echo apples. Yeah, I'm thinking it's double quotes instead of single quotes. We are about to find out if that is truly the issue or not. And it's not. We've got a basket full of crappy fruit. That's what we have. My array fruit. I don't know. That has a semicolon. This has a semicolon. Save and submit. Did you remember to create an array using array? I kind of feel like I did. Dollar fruits equals an array. Oh, they don't use curly stuff. It's parentheses for the fruits. And June. Oh God, Junicus. Yeah, we're gonna go with Junicus. Captain J. Sorry, usernames I suck with. We're defaulting to Captain. Cap J with the oh so helpful S, because we forgot to make it plural. So we add parentheses here, and then we're referencing the values of the array as Topher follows up with that. Okay. Good. There we go. Love eating apples. Fantastic. Now we're marching on. Okay. 2 of 7. You're still trying to charge through this. Little cat. Hey, son of a bitch. What the hell are you doing? Sorry. Little kitty we've got a laundry basket next to our desk, and it's empty. We're in the midst of laundry, and she's dove into the laundry basket, and she's just like clawing at the bare plastic, and it's making all this noise. Sorry, cat issues. Don't mind me, throwing off my reading. I'm gonna bop you on the head, little cat, if you keep making all that noise. Focus, Stephen. Focus. Associative arrays. So far, you've been accessing the values of an array using integers. This is all well and good, but if you want to be more descriptive of your data, you can make use of something called an associative array. An associative array makes use of key, arrow, value pairs. Some languages may separate from associative arrays, but PHP treats both as the same. In the editor, you will see I have declared two variables as arrays. Have a good look at the first array and see if you can guess what items of those values may refer to. Now have a look at the array below it. This is an associative array. It defines as an array like the first one, but see how I've specified keys for each of the values. Both arrays contain the same values, but in the associative array, we can access the value using a specific key. All right, makes sense. Click Save and Submit when you think you've got it. This is an array using integers as the indices. Array 2012, blue, and 5. Just kind of a culmination of noise. And this is an associative array. An array, year is 2012, color is blue, doors is 5. This code will output blue, 1, because it calls the middle one since it's 0 indexed, and then this will echo BR. What the deuce? BR? Oh, echo code break, sure, yeah, good. That's dropping in a line if I'm not mistaken. And then this will output blue, echo my associative array, and then color. See that? Blue and blue. Fun. Noted. What are we doing? We are marching on to section 3. Using arrays as maps. Using arrays as maps, you can think of an associative array, also called a map, as being the same as a normal array, but instead of using an integer to refer to the value, you use a defined key. While numeric indices may be fine for looping through an array and listing all the values, what if we need to change a certain value from an array? For each array in the editor, add the value BMW to the end of the array. For the associative array, use make as the key. You can add a key just as shown in the editor, key value. You'll see a PHP error until you add the missing array elements. Sure, I think I'm supposed to do something on this one, but hence the array should look like the code, blah, 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 blah. Sure. Okay. After value, I totally got lost with what they're actually asking. For each array in the editor, here and here, add the value BMW to the end of the array. So after 5 and after 5, for the associative array, use make as the key, and you can add the key just to show. Okay, good, good, good. So here, we're going to go ahead and copy you. This is a placeholder, make, and quotes, BMW, as well as copying that and dropping that in here, like so. Save and submit. Beautiful. Green check mark. Moving on. Accessing associative arrays. When accessing the values from either type of array, the only difference is whether you use an integer or a specified key. Echo $car1 prints 2012. Echo associative car year prints 2012. This exercise will demonstrate how useful specified keys in an array can be. Using the arrays from the previous exercises, write an echo statement on line 22, down yonder, to talk about your car beyond the fact that it's blue. Try using both arrays to describe the car. Which one makes it easier? So I'm assuming they're talking about, what is it? Echo echo dollar my array would be, try using both arrays to describe the car, and then echo my associative array. Here we have our brackets, a semicolon, and here we have our brackets and a semicolon. We are doing, what would we do? We would do 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4? Is that weird? No. 1, 2, 3, my array. Because then here I would want year. Would we do it in quotes? I think we'd do it in quotes. You know, at least visually, that's what I'm seeing in my mind. Year. I think I'm doing it entirely wrong. Color. Doors. And make. Oh god, caps lock. Make. Pretty sure there is an issue. There's beef on line 22. It thinks what I've written is stupid, and I agree with them, but I'm not sure why I agree with them. Kind of want to check the hint. Oh, gotcha. They want that kind of thing with the period and concatenating. They want, so here, now, why do they have, gotcha, 1 by 1. So how would we do that? We would do my array I can't tell if, you know what, the other thing, don't mind me, cut. Does that make, no, yeah, okay, that didn't help anybody's day, that's fine. So here we're going to follow their example. 1, and I don't know if you guys can see the hint down below, but they've got it 1 example at a time, which Topher is saying you need to echo 1 value at a time from the array. Regardless, that's really painful. So let's go ahead and fix that. Let's do, you get a closing parenthesis, and you get a closing parenthesis. My array, copy and paste, and we're shoving things, and we're pasting and shoving things and pasting. This is all brutal. This is just awful. I'd like to note their hint. Oh, come on. Copy. This is what their hint looks like. Hint, use the following as an example. Echo, I have a blah, associative year, car, blah, blah, and blah. So I'm going to need to, you know, concatenate all of that noise. But that's what they're going off of right now. So yeah, good times. Okay. Hold on. We've got closing that off, closing this off, removing the periods, keeping you. Now, make, they've just got 1 set of the make, door, and years. I don't know if it's actually necessary for me to go through the numbers, but it seemed like they said try using both. Now, they are saying which one makes it easier. Honestly, I'm fine with the numbers, but I get that for humans to be able to say year, color, and doors is ideally easier. Yeah. So that's what we're up against. Doors and make. So here is you. You get some closing. God, this is brutal, right? Space and period. No, little cat, we are in the midst of some seriously tedious nonsense. I should have just copied their stuff from their hint. There's no heroes and tedious typing code. Aha! Look at that. Look at that. It likes it. It likes what we did for the first one. So my array, blah, blah, blah. And then here, echo, dot, dot, and dot. Oh, it liked everything. Look at this. And we can get rid of the hint. Beautiful. Look at that. Okay. All right. No loops yet. A loop wouldn't really help here since he's just outputting one sentence about one car. Oh, it's a type of string building. Loops for the win with multi-dimensional arrays, though. Yeah, true that. Holy hell. Okay, save and submit. Onwards, next lesson. 5 of 7. Good times. All right, iterating over associative arrays. Looping through an associative array is just as easy as looping through a normal array, but you obtain the value from a specified key, not an integer. Just like in the previous exercise, if we only needed to loop through the value of an array, we can just use for, having a look at the editor to see an example, have a look at the editor to see an example of this being used. Remember, when we use a for loop, calculate the length of the array first. Then we have a look at the for each loop to see how we can get the key and value of each pair in the array. Instructions in the editor: create your own associative array and loop through the key values. Okay, we will do such that. PHP food array pizza salad burger salad array lettuce with tomato without onions with. Looping through an array using for. First, let's get the length of the array, $length, count food. Remember, array in PHP are 0-based. For I equals 0, I is greater than length, I plus I. Echo food, I, break, echo break, I want my salad. So I'm assuming that's 2 lines down, or at least 1 line down. I think the first break drops it to the next line, so it'd be touching, like hitting enter, and then I think the second break is actually making it the 1 line space. I want my salad. Or maybe it is a 2 line break. Kind of looks like 2 lines. Doesn't matter. Doesn't, oh, no, there's a break here. It's, so that's, yeah, anyways, I was right. Echo, no, screw echo. Loop through an associative array using for each. For each, salad as ingredients, include, echo include, something about ingredients again, echoing more breaks, create your own array, and loop through it using each, using for each. This sounds like a friggin' nightmare. Mainly, it's just their instructions. I know it's so basic, but just they've posed it in such an ominous and daunting this format. You know what I mean, right? Okay. Why would you learn about iterating in an array to print a string, though? Maybe creating an array would make sense for iterating. Sort of a contrived example, I agree. But this is Codecademy after all, true. Yeah, oh my god. 152 days of frustration, right? Preaching to the choir. What are we doing? We are continuing on. So, go time. In the editor, create your own associative array and loop through the keys and values. Do they have a base that we can start with? Because frankly, after the last section, their tediousness was just More fun than I ever want to deal with ever again. Salad. We're going to call it... What are we going to call it? We're going to call it cats. In honor of little kitty. Cats. So... cat 1 will be little kitty. You're that little kid? We're talking about you. She's covered in fur. She has no idea we're talking about her. Cat 2. Whiskers. And cat 3. Mega whiskers. Yes. It's final stage, right? So there we go. We're set. We've got our cat array. Something about something. What are we supposed to do now? We need to echo or fire through it via for loop. In the editor, create your own associative array and loop through it. Now we get to loop through. So we've birthed our kittens. Now we need to fire through all the kittens. So for each cat in something, ingredients include, it's saying how we're going to go through it. Blah, da, 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 da. So we're going to redoctor this for loop minus the break. You don't really need the break. Now, for each cat, as we'll call it ID name. We're going to call it ID. Yeah, cat IDs. That's right. There's built-in GPS trackers. Something about something. God, this is painful. Name. Name. Good. Include. Name. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're on the edge. We don't need this guy. We can get rid of one of those. Name. You know what? We can keep that. We can. We're going to do quotes for a colon. And a space here and a space there. Yeah. No one's touching. Not in this part of town. Not while I'm on watch. And then instead of ingredients, it will be ID. Cool. So that didn't quite feel right. Something seems wrong. Maybe it's the fact that we've got 3 cats and it's a stupid idea. It works. Hold on. God, why? It's another Codecademy thing. I can clearly see there's an error, but they've given me a green check mark. I'm sure in general it's fine. But why? Something seems off. I think, is it a curly brace thing? Syntactically. Oh, I know. I got it. Line. Oh, no. Maybe I don't have it. Line 43. What the deuce? That means it's complaining about the HTML. My only guess is that it's the semicolons. No? Quotes? Those have commas. Huh. Okay, closing curly thing. Captain J. Junicus. is saying there's 00449. Gotcha. Okay. Yes. You're right. In general, I thought it was more of a figurative curly brace, but no. Yes, line and Topher specifically, line 38. Good. Okay. As long as everyone else can see my flaws, that's all that matters. Awesome. There are those willing to catch if I fall, which is good. So thank you to all of you contributing. Okay, 6 of 7. We are so close to finishing PHP. This is it. Multi-dimensional arrays. Not only can you store integers and strings in arrays, you can also store other arrays. Shocking. Brace yourselves. This is called a multi-dimensional array. How do we do this? Well, just like a normal array with comma-separated values, but you would want to put comma-separated arrays instead, just like in the code editor. Ta-da! Beautiful. $dec is an array which contains 3 rows, each being a playing card. With each row, it has the name of the card along with the value. To retrieve a card, we'd first get the row for that card, then get the value we require either to display the card or calculate the player's total. If we access $dec2, we would want to get the third row. We would get the third row. Remember, arrays start from 0 in PHP, and basically everything else for the last 152 days, but yes, holds true here in PHP. That will return another array containing 2 values. The first, 0, string, 7 of diamonds. The second, 1, integer, is a value of 7. What the hell are we looking at? Oh, because they've broken it in 2. The 2 of diamonds and its value is 2. The 5 of diamonds and its value. So 3 arrays, and each array has 2 values. Gotcha. And it's one massive array in itself. We're all on board. If we want the 7 of diamond strings, we would simply use $dec2 0. And it would pull in that, because this is the 0 index for this array, and this is the third. What are we looking for? Yeah, this is the third index, or the second element. No, second. We're gonna get there. It's been a long time streaming. This is the third element, which is the second index. Whew, there we go. For the array as a whole. Simple. When you haven't lost your mind. Yes. Try adding another card to the array. It can have whatever rank, suit, and value you like, but keep in mind the value should be a number. So we will be adding, imagine the first chosen card was 7 of diamonds. This is how we would show. So to add it, where do they want us to add it? Just below? I don't know if they want us to do push, like pushing to an array, or if they just want us to add a 4th row. You can add another card simply by adding another array. Okay, yeah, gotcha, okay. Cool. We're good. I thought they were looking for some grand, clever, make a new array type thing, but no, we're reaching to the bottom of the barrel for this. We are going to do the 9. Oh god, that didn't help. We were held shift key. The something. 9 of spades? Why are all the rest diamonds? Now I feel bad for putting spades. And the value will be 9. Is that... do they not like that? Did you add another card to the deck array? Check the hint if you need help. They just said add another one to the array. They said just add another line, right? Let's see their whole hint and how I managed to read it incorrectly. Wait. Topher, don't forget the comma. Ta-da. Look at that. Topher for the win again. And this time we can do 3. You have 9 of spades. Look at that. Look at that. Next, 7. Hell yeah. Finally, the last section of PHP. Putting it all together, this time to practice everything you've learned so far about associative arrays. Here's some quick reminders. Arrays in PHP are zero-based. This means numeric ID of the first value in the array will always be 0, not 1. An array contains values, val1, val2, etc. An associative array, it contains keys and values, key 1, value 1, key 2, value 2, etc. A multi-dimensional array can contain multiple arrays within arrays. 2. To loop through an array containing values only, you can use the for loop. For an array containing keys and values, you can use the for each loop. Instructions. It's kind of low. Let's bump them up. We'll open up the int. There we go. Perfectly sitting there above the webcam. Okay. 1. Create a variable called myArray and set it equal to the new array that you create, which can contain any item you like. Grab a value from your array and display it. Now loop through the array and output the contents to the browser. So here we go. I'm the king of arrays. Paragraph PHP on the line below. Create your own associative array. Challenge accepted. Something about something. Array. It's not very clever. We're going to call it associative array, like they did before. Equals array with parentheses. And is this a multi-dimensional array or just a normal one? Create a variable. Oh, we have to do that. We have to use the title. MyArray equals array with our trusty semicolon. Set it equal to a new array that you create, which can contain any items you like. We're going to do something basic. 1 and A and 2 and B. Okay, that's good for now. That's good for now. Grab a value from your array and display it. Now loop through the array and output the contents to the browser. Grab a value. On the line below, output one of the values. Absolutely. Should we echo it or can we just call it? I think we can just call it. We're just going to do myArray. $, something. No, we got to do echo. Echo $myArray, which is, we're going to do 1 to get A. Nice. And now on the line below, 3. Now loop through the array and output the contents to the browser. On the line below, loop through the array and output all the values to the page. So 4. When using the for loop, you should count the length of the array first using count. Otherwise, for each value in the array, the computer will have to count the length again.
So for loop, we have I, we have it's going to start I equals 0, semicolon I is greater than, it will stop when it's, wait, greater than or less than. An associative array where keys is cats and value of an array of cats and oh my god, we are not, no, god, I'm gonna get so confused. Topher, create an associative array where one key is cats with a value of an array of cats and another key of dogs with its value an array of dogs. Okay, oh no, I thought you were trying to get me to mix them up, so I fail. You've suggested some strange things in the past, and I have believed you. You know I am vulnerable when I am trying to learn. Okay, for I equals blah, and all we need to do is this. Length. Do we just call it length? Array length? We'll call it array length. Which we need to set up array length. I know, we'll get there. We will get there. And then I plus plus. Cool. So, there's that. Curly stuff. And echo something I. Dollar where'd the hell did it go? Shift 4, there we go. My array I. Do we need to do $I? Oh yeah, I think I need to do $I because it's PHP and everything uses the dollar. Otherwise, I think I would be fine. Like if it were JavaScript or basically anything else, I think other than PHP, I think we'd be fine. Sans the dollar symbol, but after digging through all of that, pretty sure the dollar is needed. So let's go ahead and set up the array length variable. Dollar array length equals my array dot length? No, string length array. String length for my array. I think. No, count. This is what the hint was saying. It was saying use count. When using the for loop, you should count the length of the array first. So count the length using otherwise for each value. So I think count the array. Now, that's as much as I can do. Semicolon on line 17 is missing. Oh, does it actually get, do the curly braces get a semicolon? Oh, no, a semicolon is missing on line 17. Holy crap, it worked. Oh my god. That's fascinating. That is stunning. That's kind of super awesome. Okay. Alright, let's see if that's okay with them. I know we're echoing that. Maybe we can echo something. Let's echo. You know what? It's good. It's fine. It's perfect. We're going to do a space. Echo would it be dot... Oh, no, I was trying to add a space to it. Just kidding. Just kidding. That's all right. I can live with that. Good enough for me. Good times. Just trying to get clever. But we're gonna save and submit. So that was we're past. I needed to end the stream just a couple minutes ago, so this is good enough. We're gonna go ahead and stop. We earned a badge. Advanced arrays done. Closing that out. Congratulations, you finished the course. So you've now conquered PHP. That means we are down to the last section. I know they added the new stuff. There are the courses, the new ones that they added, JavaFlow and JavaScript, but they added those towards the end. We've made it all the way through Codecademy, and we are on to the final one, Learn the Watson API. This stuff that they've added to is also things that we've already dealt with. JavaFlow control script, they go through that both in their Learn Java course, Learn JavaScript course, their intro, and their longer, slightly more advanced, in-depth JavaScript course. Control flow is covered in both, and basically control flow is covered in all languages, Python and whatnot. So this is just new version. We will definitely check it out, but we're going to dive into the tomorrow, day 153, Learn the Watson API. So that should be tons of fun. All right. Use IBM's Personality Insights API to analyze traits shared between two Twitter users. Cool. So that's what's on the horizon for tomorrow, day 153. In the meantime, PHP, we are concluding today, 152, 100% of the way through PHP with, well, we're back to the courses. Or the catalog. We'll gander. We'll admire that. All right, so 100% of the way through PHP. And at the top of the page, 1,782 points with loading 259 badges. 22 courses down here at Codecademy. PHP in the bag. Tons of fun. Thank you to anyone and everyone who stopped by, who assisted and helped with today. There were quite a few people. We had Luminism and Monger and the Naked Beekeeper and Topher and Junicus and Camzak and you know, there were, yeah, that was a lot. And to any others who also stopped by to view the stream, if they accidentally stumbled in here, thank you to you as well. Any and all views and assistance are greatly appreciated. Let's go ahead and back out of Codecademy, jumping over to OBS. The adventure continues tomorrow with day 153, but in the meantime, day 152 comes to an end. Stopping the stream. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it!